50s were a golden age for science fiction filmmaking, but the next decade was every bit as significant.
Who knows? Genius is mysterious.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 science fiction movies of the 1960s. For this list, we're taking a look at the films that continue to evolve the genre of science fiction through new technology and ideas.
If man was superior, why didn't he survive?
Remember that this list is restricted to feature-length movies, so don't expect to see La Jetée here. This is part of a series of videos spanning the decades of sci-fi flicks from the 1950s to the 2000s.
Welcome aboard.
Number 10, Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea.
Here they are, racing under the sea.
Okay, so it might have borrowed a fair bit from other bizarre exploration films of yesteryear, particularly 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Heck, the movie even stars Peter Lorre and features a giant squid, for crying out loud. But even if it was riding on the 50s flick success, Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea still stood out as an entertaining dive into familiar waters with interesting characters, illogical science, and occasionally some challenging ethical themes.
I've decided not to fire the missile.
In short, it's the submarine equivalent of Star Trek.
If God ordains that man should die without a fight, then why does he give us the will to live?
Number 9, Alphaville.
Quand j'arrivais dans les faubourgs d'Alphaville.
Who would have thought sci-fi and film noir could be such a perfect formula for success?
Vous arrivez à ici. Alphaville, c'est une société technique.
Writer-director Jean-Luc Godard apparently did when he made Alphaville.
J'ai reçu l'ordre de rester à votre service pendant le séjour à Alphaville.
This French movie has all the makings of a classic film noir, with its slick secret agent, mystery, and suspenseful music.
Dis donc, c'est pas Alphaville qu'il faut appeler votre patelin, c'est Zéroville.
What distinguishes Alphaville as science fiction is its otherworldly setting. Elegant black and white cinematography and flashy angles make real-life Paris look like a futuristic wonderland without the help of complex effects or sets. Underneath the film's beautiful exterior is a meaningful story about liberation.
Il nous envoie des espions sans arrêt. Peut-être que vous êtes un des espions, Monsieur Johnson.
Number 8, Fantastic Voyage.
You see, once you begin to grow, you become a menace to the body, and you'll trigger them off.
Here's a film that takes something as familiar as the human body and turns it into something extraordinary.
Thank you.
Through detailed and Oscar-winning art direction and the magic of blue screen, a team of specialists shrink down and venture inside a dying man.
Arterial wall to the left.
What's our speed?
15 knots.
Although it contains plenty of eye candy, Fantastic Voyage is also full of quiet, atmospheric moments. It spends a good half hour building matters up, then plays out in real time as our heroes race to complete their mission.
We'd better get prepared.
There just isn't time.
The result is an exciting journey that makes studying human anatomy fun.
Listen, the heart.
Yes, slowed down a great deal.
Sounds like heavy artillery.
It lays down quite a barrage, over 40 million beats in a year.
Number 7, The Last Man on Earth.
Yeah, I own the world. An empty, dead, silent world.
Based on Richard Matheson's novel I Am Legend, The Last Man on Earth centers on Vincent Price as the seemingly sole inheritor of the abandoned world.
Someone else is alive in this world. But where are they? Where are they hiding?
Well, excluding the countless vampire mutants that now roam the plagued planet. The film plops us right in the middle of Price's dilemma as he fights for his survival and the last of humanity.
An unknown germ is being blown around the world. It's highly contagious and it's reached plague proportions.
It's the actor's empathetic performance that sells this chilling flick, which helped pave the way for more disease outbreak movies for generations to come.
Reeks!
All of you. All of you freaks. Mutations.
Number 6. Seconds.
Of course, the photographies are not too professional, but I think it's clear enough.
Unsatisfied with his life, a man is motivated by the company to fake his death and alter his appearance.
Don't you see the company simply provided
An employee.
In his pursuit of freedom, the man enters a funhouse of disorientation that brings new meaning to the phrase identity crisis.
But there's things we have to talk about. I mean, my identity and all. We will later.
You're unlikely to find a more superbly shot movie from this decade, courtesy of master cinematographer James Wong Howe.
It's a masterpiece. Good work.
Filmed in black and white, from low angles, wide angles, over-the-shoulder angles, and extreme close-ups. Seconds will make any person paranoid, even if the sound is turned off the entire time.
I'm sorry it all has to end like this.
Number 5. Village of the Damned.
The whole village fell asleep.
Following a tranquil opening sequence, Village of the Damned takes a paralyzing plunge into hell on Earth.
An attempted suicide. Janet Paul, whose husband only came back from sea yesterday.
It's dreadful.
3 other women in the village half out of their minds.
The film is set in a village, where every inhabitant suddenly drops unconscious for reasons unknown.
The village is very near panicking.
A few months after they awaken, the town's women subsequently start giving birth to the freakiest damn children imaginable.
You all right?
Picture a cult of Damians, only more powerful and blonder. This is a great setup that delivers with haunting developments. By the end, you and your significant other will definitely want to make best friends with birth control.
That means that every woman in this village who is capable of childbirth is going to have a baby.
I can't believe it.
This is not a matter of belief, Vicar. It's a matter of fact.
Number 4. Fahrenheit 451.
Fahrenheit 451 is the temperature at which book paper catches fire and starts to burn.
Fahrenheit 451, of course, started off as a novel by Ray Bradbury, which tackled issues such as book burning and censorship.
What did Montag hope to get out of all this print? Happiness? What a poor idiot you must have been.
Kind of ironic, then, that the novel would later be banned in schools across America.
Why is it forbidden?
Because it made people unhappy.
Do you really believe that?
Oh, yes. Books disturb people, they make them antisocial.
If you didn't get to read it in high school, at least do yourself a service and check out the worthy film adaptation.
These books are my family.
Often paralleling Nazi Germany, Fahrenheit 451 presents a society oblivious to the fascism taking place.
Down there, throw them all down!
The film will motivate anyone to fight ignorance through the power of knowledge, speech, and flamethrowers. Number 3. The Time Machine.
This is a time machine.
Interstellar travel is easy. Time travel is hard.
But the time machine occupies the same space that it did a moment before it went off on its journey.
In this adaptation of H.G. Wells' classic novel, an eager inventor adventures to the future via the most iconic non-DeLorean time machine in cinematic history.
So I push the lever on toward even greater speed.
Through impressive time-lapse photography effects, the audience sees the world change before their very eyes, from World War I to the 800,000s. What the inventor finds in this mysterious future challenges him to contemplate humanity's bleak destiny and his own error of taking the present for granted.
I'm sorry because I could tell so much to the people of my time, Weena. I could let them know about the sorrow and the happiness that the future has in store for them.
Number 2. Planet of the Apes. A topless Charlton Heston lands on a planet where apes reign supreme. Just saying that synopsis will make anyone feel silly.
Take your stinking paws off me, you damn dirty ape!
As silly as the premise might sound, though, Planet of the Apes never settled for being another B movie.
Tell us, why are all apes created equal? Some apes, it seems, are more equal than others.
Michael Wilson of Lawrence of Arabia and Rod Serling of The Twilight Zone saw potential for a thought-provoking story about slavery, ignorance, and government.
To suggest that we can learn anything about the simian nature from a study of man is sheer nonsense.
Director Franklin J. Schaffner flawlessly brought their vision to life through revolutionary visuals, most notably taking home an honorary Oscar for makeup.
That the ape evolved from a lower order primate, possibly man.
Oh, and then there's that ending, which we won't dare spoil.
Finally, really did it. You maniac!
Before we voyage to our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
Barbarella?
Mr. President.
Love.
Love.
What's the matter? No scientific curiosity?
We better cut it off now.
Number 1, 2001, A Space Odyssey. Directed by Stanley Kubrick, this masterpiece took a huge step forward for science fiction filmmaking, which is appropriate since the story is about evolution. "2001 takes us on an astounding leap through time, from primitive mankind discovering their first tool to future mankind developing their most advanced tool.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
Like all great sci-fi films, A Space Odyssey offers so many fascinating ideas that a brief review like this just can't do it justice.
I'm sorry, Dave. I don't have enough information.
All that can be said in a nutshell is that it's the closest any films come to depicting sheer visual poetry. Do you agree with our list?
It checks on the nose. Lucius, I think we've hit it.
What's your favorite sci-fi movie from the 1960s? For more entertaining top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
I've still got the greatest enthusiasm and confidence in the mission.